I'm out of here, Courtney.
Oh, Frank, can you do me a favor? I have an OB/GYN appointment scheduled.
Now?
Yeah, Dr. Newman goes on vacation tomorrow, and this is the only time she can see me. And Lark's supposed to be home, but she's late, so I was wondering if you could stay with Neil until she gets back.
Well, I would love to spend time with him, but I'm not so sure that he'd want to be around me.
You gotta understand, when he heard you arguing with Joe earlier...
I know. He felt like he had to protect his dad.
And he went a little overboard. But can you blame him? He was hit with a lot of new information, finding out that I'm pregnant, and then realizing the reason Joe and I are having the baby.
I keep seeing this look on his face like he needed a friend, and I let him down big time when what I really wanted to do was hold him and tell him that I love him.
You don't have to tell him. You show him.
Yeah. Good old Uncle Frank, the one who buys him too many presents.
You will also spend time with him.
Yeah, and every second that I'm with him, I have to fight not telling him I'm his dad. I thought it was going to get easier, but it's...
Frank, listen, you can't say anything. Neil and Joe are so close. It would be wrong to tear them apart.
I bought that line at first, but then I had to live with it.
I'm about to be late for my appointment.
Okay, go. I'll hang out here until Lark shows up.
Thank you. For everything.
I'd say you're welcome, Courtney, but you are asking me for too much.
I have given you everything I have, and if that's not enough for you, then tough. Get out of my house.
Is this how you used to speak to your pimp?
I mean it, Davy. Get out.
Because maybe he didn't mind it, but I do.
Get your hands off of me!
What the hell's going on in here? Are you all right?
I'm a little bit shaky, but it's nothing that I can't handle on my own.
Fine, then just tell me what Bordiso is doing here.
Eve invited me over for a little chat, isn't that right?
Well, if by chat you mean I have to sit here and listen to you while you bully me, yeah, I guess chat's a good word for that.
I heard you say that you were doing something for him. What is it? Come on, Eve, I know that we're not the best of friends at the moment.
Yeah, that's putting it mildly.
Eve, just tell me you don't have a deal of some kind with this man, do you?
Let me put your mind at ease. Not that it's any of your business, but Scott Baldwin has disappeared, and I was asking Eve to help me locate him.
Why?
Because I don't want to wake up with a knife in my back. Or haven't you heard about Baldwin's attempt on my life?
Is he telling the truth?
I told him what I knew, and that is, I have no idea where Scott is.
Maybe Kevin does.
Well, if I did, you'd be the last person I'd tell. Now, you've gotten what you wanted. I think it's time for you to leave Eve alone.
You're being very protective of a woman you just cheated on.
Whatever happened between Eve and me, I still care about her.
Oh, right. Right, so it was just so easy for you to just cheat on me with some airheaded dress dummy?
You know it wasn't like that.
Oh, no! You just tripped over each other and fell into bed.
We had some champagne.
You were drinking, too?
A few glasses.
Oh, great. I guess it was real easy for you to just let the good times roll, huh?
Pretend I'm not here.
I want you to get out now.
I'm not leaving unless he does.
Fine. He was just leaving also. I want you both to get the hell out. Now.
Dr. Newman, I'm sorry. I hope I'm not late.
Right on time, so catch your breath before we go back to the examining room.
Okay, thank you.
And let me remind you of the first rule I always suggest for pregnant women. Slow down. Take it a little easier than you normally would.
Yeah, well, I would love to, but sometimes your life gets in the way.
Are you under any particular stress at the moment?
Just the usual family ups and downs. I'll be fine.
Which brings me to rule number 2. Never say I'll be fine. It's we'll be fine. Remember, you're not alone in this.
Yeah, well, sometimes it feels that way.
But you do have Joe's support, right?
Oh, yeah, Joe is being great about the baby. He just has a lot of other things going on in his life.
You need someone you can trust. Someone you can turn to any time of the day or night. Do you have someone like that?
Maybe I do. Hey.
Hey, yourself. I thought you were asleep.
So did I. But then I figured out I wasn't.
That happens to me, too.
Because you forgot to do stuff before you went to bed?
Sometimes. What's up with you?
I'm sorry I yelled at you before.
No harm.
It's just that you and my dad argue so much.
Well, you've got a little of that fight in you, too, telling me off the way you did for picking on your own man. Makes you a true Scanlon, ready to mix it up at the drop of a hat.
Did you always fight like that?
I must have started when I was about 6, and I borrowed Joe's baseball mitt. He said I stole it, and I said, no way, I didn't want anything of his, and I threw it at him.
How stupid.
Well, not as stupid as what Joe did. He ducked, and it went right through the window, which wasn't open, by the way.
Did you have to pay for the broken glass?
No allowance for 6 weeks for both of us, but I still thought it was totally Joe's fault because he shouldn't have ducked.
But now you guys are all grown up and you're supposed to know better.
It doesn't always work that way, I'm afraid.
Well, can't you try? I mean, my dad's always so worried about me being sick and everything, and then you start jumping all over him.
Don't you think that I might be a little strung out, too, when I see that you're not feeling well?
That's the thing. I don't want to be the cause of all this trouble.
No, it's not you.
Then what is?
It's complicated.
Complicated means I'm not old enough to understand, right?
No, it means that you have got enough to worry about already. And you're right, there has been too much fighting going on around here. Somebody has to put an end to it, and that somebody is going to be me.
Hi. Hi. Dr. Newman said she was leaving some vitamins for me. Courtney Canellos.
These are great, by the way.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How many children do you have?
One, and my husband and I want to try for another.
Good luck.
Well, you too. And the father of the baby. You know, you two are going to go on a wonderful journey together.
Thank you.
This is so unbelievably perfect. We are rich. We're rich. 2 new cars. One for you, one for me.
Wait, forget about it. I don't need a car. I'm buying a jet and flying to Rio!
I always wanted to go to Rio!
It's difficult, being a parent. But to do it well, that's a gift, and you have it. Hey.
Okay, so how's this?
Perfect.
It's nice being with someone who knows me so well. It's also scary as hell.
Tell me about it.
What time is it?
It's way past your bedtime.
I still couldn't get to sleep.
Are you kidding? You were snoring louder than your dad used to when he was a kid.
What do you have your suitcases?
I've got to go on kind of a business trip.
Are you leaving because of what happened tonight?
I told you, Neil, you had a right to be upset. I was being pretty obnoxious.
But it's just, whenever you and my dad would fight, I wouldn't shout at you or at all. And tonight I did, and all of a sudden you're leaving.
Okay, that's it. Now you listen up. You know the fort you build in your room with all the cardboard boxes? The one with the sign that says, keep out, that means you.
The sign's a joke, Uncle Frank.
Yeah, but sometimes don't you mean it? You need a place where you can just disappear for a while. Think your thoughts, kick back, and no one can bother you, right?
Right?
Well, I'm looking for a place like that, where I can figure some things out.
Like what?
Like why your dad and I can't seem to get along anymore. He's busy with a great job, and I'm not. Maybe that's part of it. See, I need to start doing something that I'm proud of. I just have to figure out what that is. So I'm going to go somewhere and hang out my own keep out sign for a little while anyway. But that doesn't mean that I don't love you, kiddo. In fact, you are one of the people that I want to be proud of me. Seriously.
Will you be away for a long time?
No, I bet I'm back before you even know I'm gone.
Do you have to leave right away?
I already said goodbye to Lark upstairs, so I need to get going. But not until I get a hug from my best bud.
Isn't this where you ease the tension and offer us both a drink?
I said, I want you to get out.
There.
Both of you.
Now, Kevin, you must get tired defending all the women you're sleeping with.
Stay out of this, Bordiso.
I'm just feeling Evie's pain.
You don't know the first thing about her.
I know everything about her. I created Eve. When I met her, she was nothing but a tramp on the street. But I started to mold her.
Into what? Your image? The bride of Frankenstein? I don't think so. You didn't mold me into anything, D.V. I worked very hard to get to the place that I am now and to become the person I am now, and I did it all by myself.
Oh, Evie, please. You barely knew how to kiss. Are you forgetting everything I taught you?
That's it, you son of a...
Stop it! Stop it, both of you! You're both disgusting pigs. Neither one of you respects me at all, and you're treating me like a piece of meat. I won't have it! I want you both to get out now.
Eve, you can call me disgusting, call me whatever you want, but I will not leave you alone with that creep.
No, I think she's a little safer with me. I've never stalked a woman. Of course, you weren't yourself then, were you? You were in, what do they call it? A fugue state? Maybe that's what happened. You went back into one. That's why you jumped back into bed with Lucy.
Maybe I did, but at least I didn't have to kidnap her to get her attention.
Ah, when Lucy and I had our little interlude, she came to me of her own free will.
She didn't even know who she was.
Yes? What do you suppose is her excuse this time? Now that she's betrayed Scott and jumped back into bed with you, eh?
You're an incredibly sick man. Do you know that?
Says the man who lost his job because he lost his mind.
Well, the difference is I recovered. You didn't.
I think you're a little more delusional than ever. You treat Eve like dirt, yet you still want to be her savior.
Oh, it gets crazier than that. You know, whenever I look at you and I see the way you enjoy hurting people, I just get this urge to crawl down into the slime. All the way down to your level. Deep in the muck. Just you and me. One predator to another.
I'd eat you alive. You're a people person.
So you think I'm soft because I'm concerned about people? Well, I can turn that off. Maybe it's something I learned from Ryan. But then again, maybe it just runs into Colin's blood. You're afraid of a stab in the back? You press one button in my head and I could dress you out like a deer.
And now you're threatening my life in front of a witness.
So call a cop. I doubt the police can protect you 24 hours a day. Have you ever dressed a deer? You hang the carcass by its antlers, and with one motion, you push the knife in and then pull up. If I'm not mistaken, Ms. Lambert asked you to leave her apartment.
Well, if I do, it's because I have better things to do with my time. I got what I want.
No one crosses Adam,
I'm going to do whatever I have to make sure he never falls under your influence.
or he strikes back,
You are not going to come between me and my son.
and no one is safe
Well, I represent a client who's interested in buying into your television station.
from his revenge.
Ted Martin, I'm going to destroy him.
All My Children, ABC Daytime.
Frank! Frank, I need to tell you something. But how do I say it? Frank! Oh, hey, hey.
Frank's not here.
Oh, do you know where he went?
No, when I got home, he was all packed up.
Packed, huh? What do you mean by packed?
It's some sort of last-minute business thing. I don't know. He said he'd call from the road when he knew where he was staying.
Did he say when he'd be back?
No. Why? Is something the matter?
Where would you like to go? I don't know. How about Hawaii? A friend once told me it's a great place to get lost.
Oh, I needed a patented Kevin Collins hug. Boy, you really did a number on DV there.
Think I scared him?
Well, you scared me.
I wanted to kill him, Eve.
I know, it's a really good thing you didn't, because I don't feel like cleaning up Chris's apartment today.
Trust me, when I do kill him, it'll be nice and clean.
Are you serious?
The man makes me crazy, Eve. And when I get that angry, it feels like I'm losing my mind.
Yeah, well, that's the problem with psychos like DV, you see. They don't destroy people. They make the people destroy themselves.
Well, whenever I see him, I tell myself, Kevin, just be cool. Just look at him like a problem that can be solved. And then I see that smug smile on his face, and the hatred just boils up again.
I know. You have every right to feel that way. But you see, DV hasn't come after you so far because he knows that you're a different kind of enemy. You think before you act.
Well, maybe that's been my mistake.
No, I think it's been your strength. If you go after DV right now, he's going to come after you the way he's come after Scott. No holds barred.
When he does, I'll be ready.
A good man like you can never be ready for someone like DV.
Then what am I supposed to do? He invaded our minds and stole our memories. He tortured my father. And now he's torturing you by playing on your doubts about your child.
He told me that he doesn't know.
Which leaves you miserable and anxious. You know, it's funny, that's exactly the same kind of feeling that I had when I was first separated from my brother. Believing that I'd lost Ryan hurt so much. And that's exactly what DV is doing to you. He's made you think that he can give you some information to help you about your son. But when he has you right where he wants you, he'll throw his hands up in the air and say, well, little boy, what makes you suppose I know anything about a little boy? And that's what makes him so evil. Someone like him will get someone like you to trust him. And then he'll abuse the trust with one lie after another. Why? Because what he wants is the most important thing in the world. Of course, he's going to tell you that he's not lying, he's just admitting the truth. But as far as this goes, it's the same thing. And there is nothing worse